había la opción de traerle. Había la opción de conectar con él en directo. Las redes. Al final nos ha dejado y nos ha enviado un vídeo que yo creo que merece la pena ver. Se llama PJ Pereira, probablemente muchos de vosotros ya habéis oído hablar de él. Es fundador de Pereira O'Dell, la agencia más premiada del mundo en branded content. ¿Vale? Su trabajo para Intel, algunos de vosotros lo habéis visto también, se llama The Beauty Inside. ¿Lo habéis visto? Es increíble. Es la historia de alguien que cuando se va a dormir, cuando se despierta al día siguiente, es una persona diferente. Aparentemente, es la misma persona por dentro, pero de pronto aparece pues, una chica despampanante, un señor mayor, en fin, una cosa súper curiosa. Sin embargo, es la misma persona. Hasta ahí todo más o menos bien. Tienes el problema de que tienes que buscar ropa de muchos tamaños y de muchos tipos para según cómo te despiertes. No te quiero destripar mucho más, pero la historia acaba cuando llega el amor. ¡Ay, el amor! Claro, ¿cómo le dices a esa persona, perdona, el pibón de ayer era yo? Te lo juro. Ya, eso pasa muchas veces, ¿no? Cuando te vas a dormir el día siguiente y dices, ¡ah! Es lo que me he encontrado aquí. De hecho, en su charla precisamente él dice que seamos personas diferentes, pero eso sí, en un solo día y con la misma ropa. Piensa como alguien de marketing, compórtate como un artista del espectáculo y muévete como una startup técnica. Toma ya. Todos tendríamos que hacer eso. Seguro que tiene mucho que aportar ahora mismo nuestro amigo PJ Pereira. ¡Fuerte aplauso!
My name is PJ Pereira. I'm one of the founders of Pereira O'Dell here in San Francisco, and I'm glad to be here to welcome you to these amazing events about one of the most important topics in marketing today, that is branded content. To make these events and the theme of branded content especially important nowadays is that brands have been having to catch up with consumers in terms of how they enjoy the content that they absorb and they play and they watch every day. You can see the time that they spend on their video games, on their movies, on their big TV shows. You know, they have significantly changed with binge watching, with on demand, and with little things like YouTube and still theaters and still regular TV by appointment and everything. But the way and the overall landscape changed so much that we're going to need to find other ways of getting in front of them. And I think that the core element of all this, for me, is the essence of what branded content really is. Are we doing something that is worth the consumer's time? If we can answer yes to that question, we're doing branded content, because this ultimately is the challenge. They have the remote control, they have the mouse, they have the phone on their hands, and they can decide what they're going to watch, what they're not going to watch. Even regular TV, you're watching live, it became an on-demand device because they can very easily switch to something else. And they know it so much that it became a decision, an on-demand decision to watch something that is playing live on TV. So the format of consumption is different. Therefore, we have to work in a different way as well. We have to create content that they will want to watch, not just be angry because you just interrupted and push the next cliffhanger to after the commercial break. And that's a big shift for marketers, and that's why marketers are becoming producers or branducers. One of the most interesting things for me is that being an agency born in San Francisco is that we're very close to the Silicon Valley and we're a flight away to Hollywood, but essentially we're still a Madison Avenue kind of business. And those three worlds, Madison Avenue, Hollywood, and Silicon Valley, they have been flirting with each other, trying to steal from each other for a while now, and trying to not only learn, but steal the magic from that they all have. And after a lot of conversations with people from all those worlds, I realized that there's one particular thing on each one of them that is really important for the other to absorb and to take and make it theirs. The best way to put it is that now, as a marketer, as an advertiser today, as a brand today, you have to learn how to think like a marketer, behave like an entertainer, and move like a tech startup. The first part of thinking like a marketer is actually just a reminder that because things are changing, we don't need to abandon everything they have done. And I'm telling you that both Hollywood and Silicon Valley really admire and they really respect the discipline that marketers have developed. The ability to find one little task and stick with it and say that over and over and over and over. Let me show you these little case study here that goes through different rounds of work that we did for Intel, so you can get a sense of this.
How can we take the iconic Intel Inside campaign, combined with Toshiba's leading innovation brand platform, and have it resonate with the new generation that uses computers mostly for social media, movies, and video games? Introducing Inside Films, a partnership between Intel and Toshiba that launched the idea of social film, Hollywood quality productions combined with social media features. Each film was broken into a series of episodes and included different layers of interaction, providing people the opportunity to choose their level of participation. The first Inside film was a thriller. It told the story of a girl, Christina Parasso, who was kidnapped and locked in a dark apartment by an unknown stranger. Left with only an internet connection and her Toshiba laptop, she instantly reached out through social media for help in the film. In real life, the character used the same channels 24/7 to seek help from the audience in the US, Canada, and China.
To all my new friends, thank you. It's what's inside that matters.
To keep social film fresh, Inside Films radically switched genres in 2012, launching a fantastical romantic story called The Beauty Inside. The movie told a story of Alex, a man with a strange condition. He wakes up every day in a different body. And to keep track of his life, Alex catalogs all of his experiences on his Toshiba laptop.
They say it's what's on the inside that counts. Well, it's kind of hard to count when nobody can see your insides.
Then one day, Alex falls in love and struggles on how to have this relationship. And because Alex has a different body every day, we even invited the audience to play Alex in his most intimate moments with participants from 20 countries around the world.
Called her 3 times a day. The voicemail picked up. I hung up every time.
To surprise and delight the audience once again, in 2013 we followed that with a sci-fi comedy called The Power Inside, celebrating the most powerful Intel chip to date.
What's happening?
She's coming for you now.
The strange story told of an unusual kind of alien invasion, and of only God with the right internal strength to defeat the bad guys.
The whole world is relying on you. Do you understand me? The whole world, man.
I need a little bit more time. I think a little bit more time, and I'm okay. I'll be in, I think.
New to this film, we invited the audience to join the fight by saving the world as a guardian or helping to destroy it as a eunuch. In the end, 90% of the audience from over 22 countries chose to help destroy it. And like feature films, we developed a media strategy that would help build anticipation, encourage participation and conversation, and overall generate film views. To achieve success, we implemented a mix of video ad networks, long-form video seeding, promoted social posts, and custom editorial integrations. Running for 3 consecutive years, Intel and Toshiba's Inside Films has established a platform for repeatable success with a community of passionate followers, and proves that when branded content is at its best, the audience won't just watch a commercial, they'll fall in love with it.
Intel case study is a great example of how the discipline of a marketer of taking one message and repeating that over and over can actually be turned into content that is interesting, and which leads us to the second part of these statements, that is behave like an entertainer. If you think of what we have to do with the battle that we have in our hands, ultimately is the consumer's time. We need to convince them to dedicate time to us so they can actually, so we can actually give our message and tell them what we want to say. In the past, when they started to work on advertising 20 years ago or so, you know, the brief told us exactly what we had to say, and the creative challenge was to find the most interesting way to say it, because saying in an interesting way or in a not so interesting way was just a small gain, as long as you said everything that had to be said. Right now, it's a critical difference. It's life or death in terms of message, because if we cannot convince consumers to spend their time on it, they're not going to. Therefore, we didn't have a chance to spend seconds in front of them. So the next example I want to show is also in the technology world, but is a completely different side of it. Is a B2B thing, is a B2B campaign that usually is like frowned upon by most marketing professionals and agencies. It's something that should be uninteresting. But we have one client here that's called NetScout that they work one of the most complicated subjects in the world, that is internet security. But at the same time, there is a theme that is hard and complicated and deep. It's also one of the most interesting subjects, the most dramatic subjects that we have happening around us, because it keeps the world as we know it running.
The skyline of Chicago. It looks devoid of its inhabitants. We have to assume that nearly everyone has left for a colony out there. But then we met some stragglers left behind. They're all on their smartphones. Have the monks stopped meditating? Have they stopped praying? They all seem to be tweeting.
If the internet shuts down, people will not remember how they used to live before that.
But I don't seem to remember the good things. The ones that I remember are the nightmares.
Nuclear weapons? Yep.
It's a wonderful target for cyber attacks.
It has a big target on it, yes.
People are the weakest link in security. People, not the technology.
The internet was designed for a community that trusted each other.
The internet is a manifestation of the Antichrist.
We're now entering a sacred location. It's the location where the internet began. To log in, you have to type L-O-G. So Charlie typed the L. So you get the L? Bill said, yep, got the L. Type the O. Get the O? Yep, got the O. Type the G, get the G? Crash. So the first message ever on the internet was low, as in lo and behold.
So if you see this building right behind me, is the LinkedIn building. They just moved 2 days ago, right in front of our office. This trailer that you watched is for a feature film that started in Sundance. Is one of the most celebrated documentaries happening right now. It's a piece of branded content that started as a LinkedIn discussion. We started to talk to consumers. We created all these groups. So where these guardians of this connected world would talk about their jobs and talk about what they do, and we realized how passionate they were about what they do, and also how frustrated that they were that the world doesn't recognize their importance. In a certain way, it's like we were talking to the modern day knights, but no one has seen who the dragons were. So what we did was a movie, a full feature film that showed the dragon, showed who the dragon was. So yeah, this internet thing is our princess. She is the most beautiful princess in the world. We need to take care of her. But there's this dragon here, that insecurity, that all these things that can challenge the internet can eventually put it down. And guess what? If it goes down, our entire world goes down with it. So therefore, companies like NetScout become a major player. And if you haven't thought about it in a while, now you're going to start to. So that's the beauty of being entertaining. That's the beauty of behaving like an entertainer. You take a subject that people are not necessarily interested in, and find the drama, and find the tension, find the importance of it through a story. Either through a real story, or through a documentary, or through a piece of fiction. And you finally get people interested on wanting to know more. And you earn the time that you want consumers to spend with you. The third part of it is moving like a tech startup, which is being aware of the fact that the world that we have around us is constantly changing. So we have to experiment. We need to be always trying new things before they happen in massive scale. But more than anything, then we have to hack this world around us. Because they're there, they're ready to be hacked, and they're ready. All those changes are opportunities for us to change the way that consumers relate to brands and how they think and the time that they spend with us. What we have to keep in mind, though, is that moving like a tech startup has to do with hacking a reality, not necessarily through technology, but through ideas, right? When Coca-Cola asked us to help them with reconnect the Coca-Cola, the main Coca-Cola brand, with teenagers in Latin America, we had to find into their lives what are the best opportunities to talk to them, and we realized that teenagers in the region, they had never had as many friends as they have today, but at the same time they never felt so alone, because they know that all those hundreds of thousands of friends can any day turn against them and make their lives a living hell. So we created this campaign that tapped into these very specific moments and turned that into content that made them feel that, all right, that made them that made people raise their hand and say, hey, if something wrong happens with you, I'll be there for you. And it's a campaign that was all revolved around these fist bumps as a symbol of friendship. And one of my favorite films on that one is the film that we developed with Dustin Lance Black, that is the screenwriter of Milk. And he wrote a series of films with us, and this is my favorite one.
Pronto pra aí, cabeção? Se você quer ganhar, você precisa ter vantagens. E as vantagens se apresentam de várias maneiras. Então você tem que perguntar, o que eu tenho que ninguém mais tem? Mas o dinheiro, hein? Quem sabe? Fala pra galera, Gil, quais são suas habilidades secretas?
Fala você, Rafael. Você não tem nenhum segredo pra contar pra gente, não?
Por que, cara? Você ficou paranoico com alguma coisa? Alguém te deixou paranoico?
Cara, eu te disse que eu não gostava mais dela. Porque eu estaria paranoico.
Isso pode até me dizer pra não fazer com esse medo que eu faço. Eu não vou fazer, somos amigos, tudo bem. Mas vemos um mundo moderno, Gil. Você não pode falar pra garota o que ela pode fazer ou não. Ainda mais ela. Ou seja, ela tem que saber pelo menos que você existe, né, cara?
Olha só, esse feio aí fica do lado de fora, tá?
É porque ele é treinado, ele fica peso. Deixa eu entrar, por favor, vai entrar.
Ele fica do lado de fora. Bora, Felipe.
Tá bonitão.
Vem cá, bebê.
Cara, é muito estranho que alguém pode ser tão bom na vida real e esse desastre no jogo. Se liga, fazendo um jogo fechado, cara. Já jogo todo dia. Tô jogando fechado e te ganhando. Diego, você é vergonha, eu tenho vergonha de você.
Cara, se eu fosse você, eu teria vergonha de usar essa camisa aí. Será que você já tá bem grandinho pra sua mãe escolher sua roupa, não?
Olha, eu não ia falar nada, foi sua mãe que fez isso pra mim. Eu falo por, sei lá, com paixão. Presta atenção no jogo, Diego. Você se concentra com as coisas na sua cabeça, como se perdendo, cara.
Cara, se você não parar de falar pra respirar, é sério, você vai ter uns problemas de cérebro.
Eu disse 1000 vezes, Diego. Eu preciso respirar. pode falar e tem que ter uma grande discussão com você. Todos eles vão preparar de falar, aí sim tem uma vantagem. Os nadadores, eles entram nas pernas principalmente antes do treino, que aí eles têm uma... Você gosta dela? Não, qual é a pergunta? Eu não peça aí.
Todos esses desafios são com desconfiança. Colocando ele mais fácil do que acontece. Só que compensação, né, Diego?
É tipo quando você usa a meia dentro da sua...
Algum problema, Diego?
Não, senhora, a gente está pensando locais. Foi correto isso a palavra?
Você não para de falar, cara.
Você quer vencer? 1. Conheça suas técnicas. 2. Trabalhe suas habilidades. E 3. Lembra do número 3, Diego? Olha no jogo, Diego. Já falamos sobre isso. Tá, Diego. Quem quer colocar a bola?
Eu quero.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ai, Diego, pensando bem, cara. Não foi sua mãe que fez essa coisa, não. Foi sua irmã. A mais gata. Não é que a sua gêmea, não, obviamente. Mesmo, cara, não, porque assim, ela deve ser dotada, alguma coisa assim, ela é bem grave.
Não!
Ai, cara, não era mal, mas acho que você é tão chato, essa irmã é tão legal. Sabe, Diego, eu aposto que... Espera.
Rafael, você me preocupa, cara. Por que tem tanta foto desse cachorro virado no seu celular? Não, sério. Nada a ver com a sua vida, mas daqui a pouco esse cachorro aí vai ser melhor do que você, aí você vai ficar chorando pra cima de mim. Não faz isso.
Não, eu prefiro beijar que aquela sua irmã gêmea. Os dois ficam pegando no meu pé mesmo.
Eu não tenho irmão gêmeo.
Ah, deve ser seu cachorro, então você tão parecido com a gente que fossem gêmeos. Meu partido?
Ué, mas você já escolheu o time melhor aqui, você...
É, o jogo de pés, né?
Vamos então.
Diego, fala uma coisa sobre as vantagens. Eu acho que você tem uma nova agora.
Qual?
Amigos como eu, que conhecem as garotas mais lindas do mundo. E vamos te apresentar para elas. Eu pedi que ela viesse. Tudo bem? Amanhã vamos vir aqui. Espero que a gente possa entrar.
Alright guys, so that's it. Think like a marketer, behave like an entertainer, move like a tech startup. If you can keep those three things in mind, it's going to lead you to a very interesting piece of work. And remember that you're living in one of the most exciting times our industry has ever had. It's like being in Mad Men times when TV was a new thing and they all had to understand the impact that that new medium was going to have in the industry. We are working at a stage in these business that we have the responsibility and a very fun responsibility to reinvent our own jobs. So enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the conference, you enjoyed the discussion, and you will leave there very excited to kick some serious ass starting tomorrow. Okay? See you.